Okay guys, I just picked up the Nismo roof rack for my 23 Frontier. Also just picked up the high Overland bed rack. This video I'm going to be installing this bed rack, so check out another video for the roof rack. Let's get started. Okay, just unboxed the parts for this Nismo bed rack. Came with all these parts, so these will be the crossbars that go parallel to the car. This is the front and the back crossbars here. Looks like it, when it came in the instructions, it looks like it gives you brackets to be able to mount a third brake light. I'm guessing that'll get covered up, the one that comes on the truck. So I'll be interested to see what that's about. Need a ratchet set, some wrenches, some torque bits. I bought this after installing the roof rack because some of the bolts were getting seized during the process. So I got this just to, if I have to take this thing apart, this will help keep those bolts from getting seized. And then it comes with just some bolts, hardware. Some of this is mounting hardware to go on the Utilitracks. I think I read where it comes also with hardware to mount onto the truck if you don't have the Utilitracks. I've got them, so I'm going to use that hardware. Let's get started. It comes with these foam strips, and they need to be put on the bottom of the four main pillars that go on the four corners of the bed. So these carriage bolts and these kind of rigid washers are going to work with this plate. There'll be one there, one there, one there, and one there, and they'll act as the anchoring system to the Utilitracks for those pillars. Okay, I've got this side done, so all you have to do is push these. So you'll put a bolt, and you'll kind of notice the square side of that bolt will line up with the square hole. And then you have to use some force to get these down, but you just have to push this, use some force, push this down to where it fits snugly up against that. And yeah, I said snugly up against this plate. And then that'll make it very secure there. And then you just slide them in from the cab side of the Utilitrack to get two on one side and two on the other. Okay, we're moving on to installing these pillars. And you just slip the pillar over these brackets for the side that faces the cab. They want the bracket to install there and then overhang. And I mean, it makes sense because there's no Utilitrack that goes all the way to the edge. So you need that piece that goes over. Then down here, that will kind of go pointing that way because that section doesn't have a Utilitrack, and so it will bolt there and then overhang right there. Okay, got the four pillars mounted. I think I'm liking the size so far. I think I'm a little frustrated with the height difference between the roof rack and the bed rack. I was hoping this would match up nicely so that I could have my kayaks go on top, but the top bars go flush up against here, and looks like there's gonna be a little bit of a difference. Might be okay. I might end up liking this size just because of when we put the tent on here. Maybe it'll just barely sit atop. So when it comes kayak time, I'll have to figure out what to do there. So we've got some bolts here with the Torx bit we'll use, and then washers and nuts, and we'll use all that to put these two crossbars here. I'm not going to use the anti-seize here. The main reason I want to use the anti-seize is on these crossbars that go parallel to the vehicle, because if I want to move those bars up or down, I want to be able to take those screws out and don't want them to seize up on me. Okay, I don't have these crossbars tightened down just yet. You can kind of see that over here it's bowing out, but I mean, it's pretty pliable enough. I think when I tighten it down, that'll all come together. I got one side, I'm only working by myself, so I kind of got one side started and then came over here to put the second one in, and it kind of got stuck as I was trying to slide it down. So I just took a 2x4, laid it here, and then hammered it down. I don't have a rubber mallet here, so it worked just the same. So we'll just kind of knock it into place. Now I've got them all loose. You know, it's just a small hole here on this bracket, but then you can kind of see they give you some give here. So I just want to make sure that the alignment's all correct underneath. You know, I don't want it being shifted over here to the right more than it is to the left. So I'm going to double check all that and then tighten it down. Well, I was tightening this last bolt and over tightened it and broke it. And knowing how these parts come, there won't be anything extra. I did see that they did provide additional brackets for other things, so maybe there is some stuff I can use out of there to fix this. If not, it's really hard to find these bolts from Nissan. I may just have to go to the hardware store and grab something else, but that is frustrating. Shouldn't have over tightened it like that. The instructions want me to install, I've got 4 rails here, and they're saying you should at least have 1 up here for spacing. I really wanted 2 along the left and right and then keep this open. I'm tempted to do that. I don't know, still thinking on this one. I mean, I get the point of having the spacer up here, especially if you're carrying stuff, making sure it's structurally sound. But I mean, if I'm putting a crossbar here and here, I mean, close to the top, I could almost act as that. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I don't know if you can even find that one part from Nissan. If I do one day, I may go to this, or if I'm going to install that tent on top, see what hardware is needed to do that. I may end up moving one of these there. Not sure if I need the anti-seize for these sides because there are bolts. That's different from the rack. The roof rack I did, it just screwed right into the stainless steel, no bolts, which caused it to, I don't know, get too hot and seize. So I may not actually need the anti-seize for this after all. Okay, so I want to mount 2 on the side. I still got to do the driver's side, but I figured since this one's mounted so high, that it would kind of act as a brace across the top. Bolts in nicely, so just a bolt, washer through, and then a washer, bolt, washer, and then a nut. And so 2 over here, 2 there, 2 there. I'm wondering if I've got plenty of hardware. Hopefully I have an extra for that bolt tie over tightened. Now I'm gonna get to work on the driver's side. Okay, so I did end up having some extra hardware to fix that hole I made from the tightening. It's all too tight. I think it looks really good. Again, it comes up right to that point of the roof rack, not flush. So when I'm carrying my kayaks, I'm gonna have to put something on top here to make that level. I think it looks really great, especially if you've got like a gray or black truck. Matches it well. You know, does it protect it from the rain? No, but that's not what we're looking for. Just looking to attach our gear while we're going backcountry. So I did have plenty of extra hardware. They give you some mounts for some Max Trax recovery boards, and I guess any recovery board, not just Max Trax. And then for the light bar, since the third brake light is kind of blocked, you know, if you're driving behind, I guess you can still see it. But you can buy another light bar here and we can mount it. So I may look at maybe even getting a bright, you know, reverse light bar or something. So they're going to give you some clips to run the power. And then these other brackets were going to be used if we didn't have the Utilitrax. And so again, they give you enough hardware to, you know, I might be able to use this for something else. I saw somebody on the forum used it to secure a ladder. And so plenty of extra stuff. Really happy with it. If I find any faults, I'll be sure to post about it. But super easy install. Did it by myself. It said it needed 2 people, but not really. Something I was told by the dealer that sold it, they had people wanting to put roto packs on their side bars here, and there's just not the appropriate holes, so they had to drill some holes for those roto packs, and so that's just something to be aware of. You know, little things like this splatter here got me a $100 discount on my roof rack. This one I had to get out of Texas because these things are on back order. And so I was, willing to take a chance on it. So again, super happy with the look. So yeah, so if you found this helpful, if you have any questions, just feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. See y'all next time.